Welcome to what many call the original Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, where the crowd is rocking in anticipation of the showdown we have in store. Coaches like to say no game is more important than any other. But when you have a couple of top 10 teams ready to square off, yeah, that one carries a little more weight. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Buckeyes will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They go to the ground. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Trying play action. Pumps it downfield. And the pass hits, picked off. Bringing it back. Delivers the contact. Touchdown, Buckeyes! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
You always want to come out and set the tone as a defense. Get a stop, make them punt. How about this? Get the INT and take it back to the house. Way to set the tone for this defense early.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
That makes the score Ohio State 7, Clemson 0.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it...
Coming out aggressively. He's got it down the left side. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. And Clemson might just be rolling out another dude at quarterback. They've had 3 guys throw for more than 10,000 yards, including the great Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, and it feels like every year you're going, okay, yeah, that guy, he's next. He's next in line to be that dude because they do a good job with their QBs and finding them, recruiting them, and then developing them and really using their skill sets great. That's why Clemson had that stretch of such dominance in college football.
Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Feeling some heat. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Offense set on first down. Looking for space, it's Henderson. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ibuka. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. And that pass intercepted. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
He'll ride his man on the option. He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the defense doing work.
Ohio State. Number 7. Defensive score.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Clemson, 0.
He'll bring it out. It's Maffa. And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And this is why a lot of coaches don't kick the ball out of the end zone. They want them to return the football so something good can happen. So you can put a hat on a football, cause a fumble, make something happen, Palmer, and that's exactly what the kickoff unit does.
Man, I love kickoff coverage units, David, that take pride in their jobs. These guys want to line up. They want to run down the field and hurt somebody. That was a huge game-changing play to not just create the turnover, but to score a touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Maffa. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Defensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Come on, set. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Not a lot of good plays for third in California, so you're just trying to get a completion and help out your punter, but they can't even get that executed.
Has this head coach lost his mind? Does he know where the ball is on the field? He's going for it this close to his own end zone. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Fires into traffic, intercepted. What a nice play, and even with the short return, they're in scoring position at the 18.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Handoff to the single back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking downfield, it's Howard. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
All right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
He'll take a shot. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Buckeyes will try to move the chains on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And how do you not love the guts of this offense? 4th down, it's just another down, and what do? Stay aggressive, throw the football down the field, make the big play, get the big touchdown.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Maffa. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think he can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Big opportunity here to get a little breathing room on 2nd and 4 from the 16. Throws for the tight end. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down. They've been overwhelmed so far in this first half, but if they could muster a score, maybe a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, and I know it's been a struggle. They've been struggling this whole game, but let's get something positive going into halftime. Coaches won't yell at you as much, but they got the first down. Now let's put the pedal to the floor, go a little faster, cut into this lead.
What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? Throws to the wideout. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few 1st downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. He's got it in the end zone! Touchdown, Buckeyes! And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He makes a catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. The Tigers are in the hurry-up. On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way. They'll ride the hot hand. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down. On the ground, it's Maffa. Runs through a tackle.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, you know what, let his talent do the rest.
Grab near the marker. It's Williams. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. To the ground with the back. Just couldn't get away from the tackle. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Red pass, it's complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Fires into the end zone. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And he will be run out of bounds on the return, so the damage is limited as we wrap up the first half.
The end of the first half. With the score, Ohio State 35, Clemson 0.
Still down big here in the third quarter, but if you can recover this onside kick, you might get back in the game. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back because, of course, you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed to make you look bad on a highlight film somewhere, but you forget this guy can still run you over. And you saw it on that play.
He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Wide receiver shows motion. Quick hitting in and around on 1st and goal. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
But when you're backed up on the goal line like this, you've got to play quick with your eyes. You've got to be able to react to where the football is. It's not easy to do on these jet sweeps, but the defense did it there.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And this offense trying to be physical inside the 5-yard line. I get it, but I tell you what, Palmer, this quarterback has earned some trust from me with the day he's had.
Yeah, right now he's thinking, put the game in my hands. I'm playing well, and I'm seeing the defense well. I see what they're doing from a coverage standpoint. Count on me to throw a touchdown here and help out our team.
4th and goal from the 5, and the offense is staying on the field. What a big moment here. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the punishment has been extended. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Back to pass, it's Klubnik. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. 1st down from the 45. Running back goes in motion. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Maffa. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Complete in the middle. Tackle is made after the 1st down. Clemson jumps to the line.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. He showed off the stiff arm, but apparently he needed a couple more. A lot of defenders around to stop him. A famous writer once said most men... Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Clemson!
And how about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
He makes the grab in the end zone for the 2. They're still down huge, but just working on execution. After that score, they'll try to build some momentum here in the 3rd quarter and get it back with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Looking for room, it's Henderson. Pirouettes through. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
2nd down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Ohio State 42, Clemson 8.
2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
Pickup of 2. And 1st down for the offense.
Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
691, Gators score! Green 25.
They'll run it from the gun. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
And the Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Gets it out quickly. Touchdown, Ohio State! And the beatdown has ensued. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
And he tacks on the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say.
Trying to get behind the defense. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Looking for a man. It's Klubnik. He's taking a deep shot. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. First down here for the offense.
Slide 22. Come on, set.
From the gun, running back on the move. Still running at the 40. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions. It is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Get set, get set.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the pummeling has started.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
Coming after him. And the quarterback is snowed under.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Throwing right. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep pouring on.
It's not about the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players, more physical, they were faster, and it showed today.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been